Right, well, the objective this morning really is to sensitize you, the audience, on the concepts of financial planning, the processes that will set you on the path to financial freedom. Working for yourself, as was just mentioned, is clearly the best way really for you to be able to fulfill your dreams. Because at the end of the day, if you work for somebody, you are limited by what they are willing to offer you and to the sector or particular area that you are in. And basically, financial planning, simply put, is we are preparing you for the future by making informed money management decisions now. Because like everything else, what you do now does affect your future. Right? Basically, we have developed a process, what you call the 5 steps to financial freedom. The first step is just like when you go to the doctor to evaluate your physical health, you have to evaluate your financial health. You have to know where you are today. You also then now need to define your goals. Where do you want to be and when? And from that, you can then develop a plan of action with your finance professional, whether it's an advisor, stockbroker, consultant. And then, of course, having the plan on paper and not doing anything about it will help. So the next step is you actually have to act. You have to now implement your plan. And circumstances change. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Japan was going along merrily, and then bam, Mother Nature reminded us very vividly, hey, I in charge here, not all you. So, you know, you need to be able to modify your plan and not be so stuck in the decisions or the plan that the plan becomes, you know, stuck, graved in stone, as they say. So you need to have that flexibility. Right, that's all right. The basics for the non-accountants, I must apologize. I tend to fall into accountant mode. But basically, you want to first list out what are your assets. What are those things that you own? You categorize them in terms of real property, house, car, jewelry, whatever. Cash, obviously. There are various types of instruments referred to there. Don't get too confused. You know, we'll get into those as we go along. So you list out what do I own today. Yeah? And the other side, which is the 9 out of 10 times to be the larger side, what do I owe? What are my liabilities? Who and where do I have to be putting out from my income every month? You list them out, you know, whether it be the money your parents lend you to go to school, your credit card, courts, mortgage, whatever. And you calculate then your net financial worth. I don't really like the word net worth. Human beings are worth more than just numbers. There's no way of a dollar value figure could define that. But in terms of financial net worth, it's simply your assets minus your liabilities. Yeah? Now that you've established where you are in terms of what I have, what I owe, and what my net surplus or deficit is at this point, you then prepare a clear income statement or budget. What sources of income do I have? Because that will determine how you can pay off these liabilities or what additional assets you can buy if you're in the fortunate position of not having liabilities. So it shows you where your money is coming from and also where it's going to. I think sometimes you're going and you don't really think about where you spend and what you spend on, because you just go in, fly the credit card, you don't even watch your statement, where the balances you pay. But it's really critical to determine where your money is going, because you control that. Advertising tries to get you to do what they want, but you have to know that you have the strength to determine to do it as you want to do it. And basically, you can now see how your spending will affect those areas that you identified of a net worth in terms of increasing your assets or reducing your liabilities. Page down. Okay. I'll escape the data over. Alright, basic cash flow or monthly budget, income and expenditure. You list out your sources of income, whether it be salary, you may have rental property, you may have deposits at financial institutions that pay you interest periodically. If you have invested in the stock market, you may have dividends, bonds will pay you interest, and other, you win the lotto, you hit them 100 and 5 when you play. Right, so you have a total income. And you do that every month, basically. Excel is a wonderful tool for this kind of thing, because you can just copy across and make your what-ifs. So you put down the different months of the year, or the years, depending on how long your planning horizon is. Okay. Right, now then it comes to the long list. Where does my money go? So you start up your food, your rent, your car, gas, insurance, this, and the list goes on and on and on. And in that other category, you may find that figure starts to be very big, because that sometimes is the difference we are making. I suppose that $1,000, why I owe 500? Because you forget, you're driving down the road and you see that shoe that you really had to have, there was no way, you had nowhere to go, but just in case, or you have an outfit that just match that and you need to get that now, otherwise the world stops spinning. So now you calculate what is your hopefully surplus, where your income exceeds your expenses. Or start to say, if you're in my situation, the deficit, where your expenses exceed. And again, your income statements gives you that ability now to say, okay, I can target now where I can make changes in how I operate to affect that. Yeah. Right, so again, looking at it, you say, okay, I have a shortfall, at some point I want it to be a consistent surplus, so I can see where can I make changes in how I operate. Credit card usage, that's the most expensive, easiest and expensive, easy and cheap don't really go together. That you can run up very quick liabilities, the interest cost is like 19–20% per annum, and you realize it's right up there with costs. Watch how you're taking loans. Loans for mass will make no sense. Right? If you decide you're going to play mass, carnival just finished, set a budget, say, okay, I'm going to spend $8,000. I have 11 months. That means I have to put aside. Treat it like a susu. You put aside a little bit every month. So when carnival finish, you happy, you say, don't go ahead. I'm going to pay that rent. Let me see if I could. I stop answering your phone and talking to people. You don't want to be in that position. You want to plan your life so that you are able to enjoy your life. Because life is not just about working and making money, it's about quality of life. Again, limit those, what we will call unnecessary, but that is determined by you. I feel if you're living, you should have a little luxury, but make sure it doesn't become at such a level that it exceeds, So watch the Zens and the, what is the last one that they come down with now? Wendy's. So, because you can buy that in the grocery and eat for a month. Right? So, and most importantly, this last one, I remember my mother telling me this when I was in the height of her. I didn't take her own, of course, because we big, we bright, we can manage ourselves. She had two things she said, neither borrower nor lender be. And see that, every dollar you get, make sure you save that. At the time it was 10, but inflation, we say in 15. Right? But 10%. It's difficult, it requires discipline, but then nothing that's worth having is easy. Right?